Welcome to my first YouTube video. What's up YouTube? My name is Connie. So a little bit about me. I have always been more of a writer. I have dozens of journals from when I was growing up, and even through now I still journal. I've had a couple poems published through the various colleges I've attended. I've also always been really into the online journaling. In middle school, it was Teen Open Diary, and then high school, we got to Zanga. And with MySpace, I think we saw it become a lot more social, especially then too with Facebook. I remember it was more just about your connections and less about the writing. And now, of course, with Instagram, there's the pictures and the writing. And I think Instagram's my favorite so far, especially with the shift that we've seen over the last year or so of people being a lot more focused on the long captions and just providing content and education, entertainment, inspiration versus just, 16 emojis and a picture of whatever. I really love Instagram. That's definitely my favorite. Fun Connie fact, I actually started college as a photo major doing black and white photography. It's been hours and hours in the darkroom. Absolutely loved it. I never made the shift to digital photography, but now with the advanced cameras on smartphones and all of the editing apps, I got to show that passion off again through Instagram, taking pictures. Each picture I post will probably go through 3 to 4 different apps on my phone. Each one I have for different specific things, so it's just a lot of fun. And then again, with the longer captions, I get to show off my creative writing side, so that's really awesome. And that has pretty much been like my whole world in terms of social media has mostly been Instagram. So I know I'm a little bit late to this YouTube thing, given that I was more of a writer and I feel really awkward on camera. I really wasn't ever into filming myself, and I guess I didn't realize either how big it had become and how social YouTube was becoming, which again, it's been that way for like the last 4 or 5 years, so I was apparently just living under a rock. But especially within the fitness industry, YouTube has gotten huge. When I first started working out 4 or 5 years ago, well, about 4.5 years ago actually exactly, I was very fortunate where I didn't really have to go to YouTube to learn how to do it like a lot of people do. So I had 2 really good friends that taught me pretty much everything right in the beginning. One really good male friend, and he would take me to the gym with him. He taught me everything that he knew about bodybuilding and really sparked my passion for lifting heavy and just hitting the weights. And then I had a female friend who gave me a lot more of the feminine knowledge that he may have been missing, and taught me about nutrition and meal planning, how to build a booty. So that was great. So yeah, 2 really great friends who taught me a lot, and I really did not have to go to YouTube for all of the answers. I didn't have favorite fitness YouTubers. If I ever had to look up something, I would just go to Google. I would Google search for that workout, and I would just watch whatever the first video was, and it was usually something from bodybuilding.com. I really didn't follow anyone. I didn't realize how big that had become over the last 4 or 5 years until recently. Through Instagram, I have been following more like big name fitness people and entrepreneurs, mostly women but some men too, and just being really inspired by more so their work and business ethic and everything that they're doing outside of the gym. It's funny going to these people's profiles or hearing them talk in podcasts, and they identify themselves as a YouTuber. And it's like that's their job title. That's what they are. Like, what is a YouTuber? When did that become a thing? Apparently it's been a thing. I didn't know. Whatever. I'm late. Get over it. There's these women, mostly that I'm looking up to, and they have shared how much YouTube really helped with their growth and their personal development, as well as growing their businesses. So I've been thinking more and more about YouTube for the last month or 2, but really have been held up by all of those limiting beliefs and just getting in my own head of like, well, who am I to be on camera? Who am I to start a YouTube channel? And just a lot of fear of, what if I'm not good enough? What if I'm not smart enough? What if I'm not pretty enough? And what if I'm not funny enough? And I've really, for the last 2 months, been letting all of that stuff hold me back, which is unfortunate, but it happens to the best of us. Recently, within like just the last month, I've been having a lot of people tell me that I need a YouTube and tell me that like that's really the next step. Aside from Instagram is to have YouTube. So you need Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Really just focus on all social media platforms. And I'm like, okay. And even someone who really has no idea what to do with my business or about like the other platforms of social media was like, yeah, you need a YouTube. I'm like, so You know, I do believe that you should listen to the universe when they're giving you signs, and YouTube has just been thrown in my face for the last 2 months. I'm like, oh hey, I hear you, I'll start a YouTube. So here we are. I'm pretty obsessive, so I found a couple people that I really liked, and I went back to the beginning and watched like their very first starting out YouTubes. Shout out to Amanda Bucci, thank you for helping me have the confidence to just start this with my phone and not any other equipment. Yay! Another favorite that I recently found, even though she's been around forever, is Buff Bunny, Heidi Summers. So I'm really excited to just get started and start filming. I don't know how many videos you have to make or how many subscribers you have to have before you can consider yourself a YouTuber. But I'm gonna start vlogging. I guess this is a vlog because it's video and I'm vlogging. So, you know. Through this channel, I will be filming a lot of the day-to-day ins and outs, ups and downs of being a grad student and just finding the balance between school and work and the gym and meal planning. I do also want to share a lot of my education with you. I'm by no means an expert, but I have been in the fitness industry for about 4 years now. I've done 7 bikini competitions and 2 powerlifting competitions, 1 deadlift only, 1 full power. So there's obviously always more that you can learn, but I do feel like I know a considerable amount at this point that I would like to share with you guys about working out, fitness, and nutrition. I'm certified as a personal trainer, and I'm working on a nutrition certification as well. So aside from just the life balance side of the videos, I also want to share a lot of education with you. I will be filming some meal planning stuff, some nutrition tips and tricks. I will show you kind of what I eat throughout the day. I will do my best to film myself in the gym as well. But it's really awkward because I work out by myself. I don't have anyone to follow me around with a camera. So I'm just gonna have to set up my tripod and kind of get used to people staring at me. Also, a huge piece of my education, I'm getting my master's in social work with a focus on medical social work, and my school also focuses heavily on clinical social work. I've been doing therapy for the last year in my internship. So that's something that I'm also very passionate about as well, is mental and emotional health, and I would love to share with you guys just what I've found out over the last few years being in school and going through my own struggles, about how to really, you know, strengthen yourself from the inside out and learn to control your negative thoughts, utilize your emotions, recognize, you know, the positives and negatives, and really just make yourself a better person. So I'm really excited to share all of that stuff with you guys. Again, just life balance stuff, nutrition, meal planning, fitness, mental and emotional health. I'll try to keep a variety, keep things interesting. You'll also probably get a lot of my cats in these videos. I don't live in a very big condo, and they get everywhere. I've got them out of the room for right now, but I promise you they'll get into some videos. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. I'm going to go do some meal prep now. Alright, time to meal prep. First, I am going to do broccoli, because it's pretty much the easiest part of my prep. I just chop it normal size and put it right into the pan. My oven is preheating right now. Normally, I am a raw veggie person, so I like to broil up my broccoli because it still keeps it with like a nice crunch. I really hate mushy vegetables. I can't eat cooked carrots. Absolutely disgusting. So sometimes I won't even cook my veggies. I'll just pack them raw into my Tupperware, into my meals, and then when I microwave that meal, it cooks them just enough to my liking. But I have been pretty obsessed with broiling my broccoli lately. Just like I said, it does leave that nice crunch and it leaves a little bit of a char. So that's what we're gonna do. Now that all the broccoli is chopped up in the pan, I'm going to spray it all down with olive oil spray. So I feel like this probably isn't good for you to like spray it directly on your food, but I don't know. Do it anyway. Garlic salt. Time to broil. So I do like to save the bottoms of the broccoli as well, and then I'll chop these up really small with some carrots and some other seasonings, maybe cucumbers, tomatoes, and kind of make like my own fresh salad, broccoli slaw type of thing. I'm a huge fan of not wasting anything, so I only cook the tops, but I still try to eat the bottoms. So another thing that I will prep for the week is onion, because I really really like having grilled onion with my steak. And I'll have steak usually once a day. I kind of like always forget how to chop onions, so I probably shouldn't have cut it in half. So I think you're supposed to leave it, but I already committed to it, so now I'm just gonna keep going. And I'm gonna try to not lose a finger while I'm talking to the camera. I usually will prep a whole onion like this. Just like I said, I'll use it every day, and I like to have it because onions do take a little bit longer to grill sometimes. So my onions are there on the stove, and my broccoli is in the oven. Aside from broccoli and onions, I really won't prep any vegetables because, like I said, I like to eat them raw. I will make a lot of salads, so cucumbers, tomatoes, spinach, and I buy bags of like mixed romaine lettuce and like other crunchy stuff, and those are my go-tos. I'm not a huge fan of asparagus. I eat it a lot during prep, so I don't really crave it during off season. And then aside from that, I also do have greens powder from First Form, so that's over here. So I'll have this once a day. 2 scoops is 11 servings of vegetables, so I really feel content with the vegetable and micronutrient content that I'm getting from this and from the broccoli and the salads. So my broccoli is done already. It really only took about 5 minutes with the broiler on high. So you can see it's got some nice char pieces, and it's that beautiful bright green, and it'll still be decently crispy for me. But veggies are good, so now we're gonna focus on protein. First is chicken. Recently, I have been buying the Purdue chicken. I like it because it's nice, cute little chicken packets, individually wrapped. You can cook them individually if you want. I cook the whole package at once because it's just easier for me that way. These ones are already seasoned as well. It is Italian seasoning. If you get sick of the Italian seasoning, I just buy the plain ones and I season them myself, no big deal. So I will open all of these packages. And you just take the individual chicken breasts out of the packages. I put them in a stone. If I could grill, I would, but I live in a condo and we're not allowed to have a grill because we are on the first floor and there's wooden patio above us. So no grill for me. I cook everything in the oven. But I've got these awesome stones from Pampered Chef. So the chicken will go right in here. It's really easy because it's already seasoned and it's already trimmed, so there's not a lot of fat to get around. So I love this brand. Super easy, super quick. So I've got 2 stones worth of chicken breast ready for the oven. I'm making enough to share with my mom for the week. The oven is already preheated because we cooked the broccoli, so that's ready to go in. So the chicken will go in the oven. It is set at 350 and it'll go for about 19 minutes. That's what the package says to do, so that's what I do. Onions are cooking up nicely. So I've got about 4 or 5 different staples for proteins that will be in my diet throughout the day and throughout the week. We just did the chicken, so I'll prep that for the week and usually have chicken once or twice a day. Along with that, I have supplements. So my meal replacement protein is going to be level 1 by First Form, and I mix that with the OptiGreens. I have this shake pretty much every morning, so I get my veggies and my protein in right away in the morning. And then post-workout, I'll do Formula 1. I actually just ran out of that, so I'll have to get some more. But level 1 and Formula 1 are my supplement proteins. I also do egg whites, usually at night. I'll do sweet egg whites, just cinnamon, Trevia, egg whites, and a little bit of Walden Farm syrup. That really helps cut down on sweet cravings at night. And then I'll have steak about once a day as well, lean steak. So we're gonna prep that now and I will show you what that looks like for me. So my favorite cut of steak for everyday prep is going to be eye of round steak. It is super lean. You can see there's really like almost no fat on it, and it's not super expensive either. I'm Italian, garlic runs in my blood, so I really season everything with garlic salt. That's what I like. If you want to use other seasonings, use other seasonings. But this is what I do. So just garlic salt right on the steak. When I put it in the pan, I'll put the seasoning side down and then I'll season the other side. So 4 steaks on a time. I do like my medium rare, so I only do a couple minutes on each side. We've only got a couple minutes left on the chicken. So I'm gonna start cleaning up while that cooks. So the second half of the steak is on the stove. The chicken's out of the oven. The last thing I'm gonna do is bake my sweet potatoes. Again, I don't really do anything fancy. I just like to bake them whole. So I do some punctures so the steam can get out of them. They just go right in the stone. Oh, that's still hot from the chicken. Oops. So the sweet potatoes are in the oven. They will bake at 425 degrees for about 45 minutes. I'll just check on them towards the end, see if they're soft, ready to come out. The steak is still on the oven, so once that's done, I'm pretty much done. My cleanup is pretty much done. I just have to wait for the sweet potatoes, but I can get ready for work while they're in the oven. I try to keep this as easy as possible for myself. I am very busy, but this wasn't very time consuming. Once you get into a groove and you have a plan and you know what you're doing, this whole thing really only took about an hour. So it's not super time consuming, it's not complicated, and it all still really tastes amazing. So that makes me happy. Food definitely makes me happy. If you have any questions, please let me know. Feel free to reach out if you're interested in nutrition training. I am here to help. I'm gonna go get ready for work. Have a nice day. Thank you again so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, if you found the meal prep helpful, please hit like, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends. You can also find me on Instagram at Holistic Connie. You can find me on Facebook. It's Connie Marie Holistic Health. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. My email is connie@holisticconnie.com. I'll be posting some more videos as soon as I can. I've got a couple videos planned where I want to just get into some more detailed introductory stuff, where I've come up through my fitness journey, as well as my journey into sobriety and my own struggles with mental health, everything I've learned from that, and some business stuff too, probably. Stay tuned. Thanks again. Bye. Riddick's pouting because I wouldn't let him be in my first video and I kicked him out of the room. Locked him in the bedroom when I was cooking. Sorry. Not sorry.